Y2J sign this.
There we go. What's going on, guys? Welcome to Thursday Night Thunder. Live, not on the Superstation, the mothership, TBS, but here on the Comic Core. And I've got some mad echo coming from somewhere. God, I hate my own voice. All right, what a way to start. Anyway, we got a nice panel lined up. So I guess first of all, this is supposed to be outside the issues, but unfortunately, real life strikes, and yeah, you know how that goes. Damn. Oh, it was me the whole time.
That real life.
There we go. I think we fixed it now. My bad. Didn't realize there was a window with me in it open. So anyway, it's supposed to be outside the issues. Unfortunately, it is not. Kat and Chad, and basically the whole panel had something come up. You know, life happens times a bunch. So emergency break glass. Here I am putting together a wonderful panel for you guys tonight. So we'll go down the line. But first we got the chat. We got Biggie Shaq. He's clanging and banging in the chat as usual. What's going on, man? One of my favorites. We also have Bub's Comics. What's going on, man? Definitely check out Bub every Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern. No Faces chat. One of my favorite live shows of the entire week, along with Metarog and DS Comics. If you got to hear them drop the knowledge, definitely highly recommended for me. And we also have, he wants me to call him this now, honorary Comic Core member, the Snapper Car of the Comic Core. We got Chris Barrett in the chat. What's going on, Chris? He says,
wow, Chris.
True believers. So definitely always enjoy seeing Chris Barrett and his quips in the chat. And we got this guy's a great Green Lantern fan. We got Comic Foo 2814 in the chat.
What up, Foo?
Panel, we got Comic-Con Jeffrey Henson. What's going on, man? How you doing tonight?
Hey, I'm doing well, thank you. How are all you guys doing? It's good to be here, you know?
I just rolled in from work, popped into laundry, and I'm ready to talk about comic books and other crazy things that have been happening this week. Next up, oh, yeah, we got the Macho Head 84. What's going on? Comic Head 84. How you doing tonight?
Yeah. What's up, man? Good to see you, C. Wood. My boy Jeffrey Comic-Con. The chat. Comic Collector. What up? Good to see you guys, man.
Comic Books NYC. What's up?
NYC.
This next guy, I don't know if we should all turn off our lights and wait for the big entrance here.
Come on! You know I got you.
He got his best scarf on him, too.
Hunt champion, baby. Just remember it. Y290. Drink it in, man. Drink it in. For all the 90 holics in the chat, what is going on?
Yeah, happy to have the GOAT. I guess if you're the GOAT, I guess I could be the donkey, Kevin Owens. So, there you go. We'll get people's names wrong and all that good stuff. It'll be a blast.
Just remember that. Comic Core is 90 now. What's going on, man? I love it. I love it.
He's got to be
Comic Core
invading everybody's channels. So he dominated the hunt last week. He cashed in comics in the bank. They didn't know what was coming. They're just from a complete left field. JD, I think he's still reeling from the effects this week. I know he's hurting. The tone, man. I think he's in the hospital from that comics in the bank bump he took. So Jeffrey's about the only one left. So we're happy to have Jeffrey 100%. Man, you rocked that. And don't get me started on the Underwhaler. Oh man, dang,
The Underwhaler.
Wrestling kick sell and all.
Yes. Oh my
I got a message for the Underwhaler, JD Flair, the Tone, and even Jeff right here.
What?
That I'm ready, baby. I don't even have to hunt anymore. I'm already stacked. And as every champion does, what does every champion do when they win a championship? They go celebrate at Disney World. So you best believe you can find me at Disney World tomorrow. And you never know. I might just be popping in the Mega Power Hour while I'm at Disney just to prove what champions do, baby. So let's go. YouTube is 90.
I really hope we get pictures of you with the scarf and the belts at Disney World.
I got to somehow figure that out, right? They'll let me in with that. They have to, right? They let the kids in with the costume.
Yeah, all right.
They don't let the the adults in sometimes. So
Chris Barrett says, does anyone know if the Underwhaler
scarf
needs a manager? And interestingly enough, Whale he actually plays both roles. He's actually the Underwhaler and Paul Whaler. So
Paul Whaler, that's great.
he covers both bases. He actually does them both pretty good.
Yeah, he does. He actually does a great job.
I just like when his music hit last week, and
Oof.
Alec has that wonderful expression that just doesn't change ever. And you
He
just
had
see
this going on.
He
I was
just
like,
goes
oh, damn.
the same. It's his excited look. It's the same look. I love it. I laugh seriously. If you guys hadn't watched The Hunt from last week on Tony Sanders' channel, it is probably one of the most. It may be my show of the year so far in 2019. Just best pure YouTube show. Period. Was that episode of The Hunt? I haven't laughed so hard. From the Underwhaler to the Comics at the Bank cash-in to all the other shenanigans, the tone cutting all of his promos on everybody, and then still the Comics in the Bank cash-in winning after all of that with a double cover slab. Like, it's what do I need to say? Just go and watch it if you haven't had a chance to.
And I can show it off so the people can see it.
What? We show something here tonight.
The double cover slab that won.
Damn. Look at that.
8.0 Hulk 102 double cover. I ain't never seen one. So that's why I picked it up. So go check out that episode. It was a lot of fun outside of showing off this book. I'll say that. But just know I'm ready for next week. I'm topping this one.
Damn, a triple cover? Oh, man.
Right.
Triple cover 8.1.
Yeah, double cover giant size X-Men next week or what?
All right, well, the camera's on you, 90. What else you got to talk about and show off tonight?
All right. Well, I mean, lately, I know everyone's. I don't know if anyone. I know everyone's been reading Hulk lately, and I did read this last issue, and I guess we won't spoil anything, but just awesome.
Right. We should spoil something.
We should. Well, you should spoil everyone, Jeff, that I did call it too. We talked one time. We did talk one time off air on a possible who could be who, and I pretty much nailed that one on the head. So that was a lot of fun to read that and be like, "Woo! I called that one." But loving that book. If you're not reading that,
Wait, I just read the issue. What do you mean? Spoil it right now, because I just read the issue. And I don't understand what you called. What is it?
I called Rick Jones being Abomination.
Oh, right. Because he wasn't Abomination before.
No, he was A-Bomb. But remember, and I said this to Jeff, and I guess spoiler, guys. Sorry if Kenny needed to know. But Jeff was like, why do you think that? I'm like, bro, they had him on the table, and they were pouring all the freaking gamma all over him. So they were obviously experimenting on something, and then that's how I think they brought back Abomination. So,
yeah,
he looks weird though. He has like a hand coming out of his face.
I thought it was like spider legs or something. Yeah.
Yeah, there he is, live from the cheese factory. We got Murphy coming in here.
Yeah, he's gonna be banded out. I hope he's got the bandana on.
Bandit.
The dollar bin bandit.
Oh.
There it is.
He's getting ready. I gotta strap up while I'm ready. Dollar bin bandit, where you at? Show yourself.
Daddy's behind you.
Oh yeah,
that's right, fellas. He's in the building. The dollar bin bandito has arrived. Large and in charge and looking for your gold, son.
Luckily, it's all right. I'm already strapped up with it, so I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, but guess what? You're only about a 2 hour and 45-minute drive from this old Buccanero's house. And I'm going to get on that steed outside, and I'm going to ride that horsey on down there. I'm going to come in your front door, 6 guns a-blazing, son. Tell your wife to hit the floor because Buckhorn's getting his gold back.
Shut the hell up. All you stupid idiots out there that follow some guy with a bandana on riding horses in 2019.
That's right, boys. We're taking it old school on your ass.
Yo, Caleb, what's going on, brother?
What's crack-a-lacking, man? You know what I'm doing,
Yo,
dude. I'm kicking
I
it like a
love
fat
it.
rat in a cheese factory, bro.
Yo, this
Just
show's
got out the
great.
shower, man. Just got another big old collection to go through.
Ooh.
Nice.
I feel
Yeah,
obligated to say I am a past hunt champion. I just need to make sure, remind people the first challenger champion of the
They
hunt.
won't even let me
win.
on the hunt, bro.
I
They're
just want to say
scared.
it was a
Royal
clean
Island
win.
target,
There was
too.
no run-in interference. Straight 1, 2, 3, clean win. That's all I'm saying. First hunt champ outside of the regular crew.
Yeah, all I know is
Boys
me
is
and
yellow.
Caleb, man. We can't buy our way on the. I think I might instead of Kevin Owens, I might have to be the AJ Styles because they don't
Ooh.
want none.
They don't want none. Tell them,
They don't want none.
Well, first of all, Macho Head, just like your gimmick that's old, we don't remember old things like old champions. We talk about what's current and what's now.
Jericho looks old as fuck.
Crybaby Chad Jericho.
So you best believe we talking Y290 all day, baby. And
He looked like he
AJ,
should have been Bret Hart's tag team partner. When Bret came out with the belt, I was like, oh, is he going to tag with Jericho?
hey, possibly. Hey, but Jericho
Don't nobody want to tag with Jericho.
for 48 years old, he can still move in the ring, though.
No,
man.
I know. He does look
You
good,
got-
man.
you gotta give that
I
guy
like what they're
credit.
doing there.
For
I
how
was so
old
happy to
Jericho
see Bret also
Oh, Bret,
out
yeah.
there.
Yeah, I'm glad he's
Thursday Night Thunder, huh?
Yep.
So we need to be showing some Thor books, right?
Hey, yeah, go ahead and show them Thors. We'll click on you.
Ooh-wee. Got that first and second Hercules, baby. Don't you know, boy, my Thor collection's looking pretty nowadays. It's so nice. Origin of Loki. Happy Thor Day, baby. Got the Trial of the Gods. Ba-boom.
For the
Let me,
record,
let
I
me
think
walk over
Steve
here
Wood
real quick and
needs
grab
to
that
be
new
on the
collection.
For the record, what? Kenny?
Seawood needs to be on the hunt. Have you ever been on that before?
No, they're afraid of me.
Oh yeah,
Did I show you what I got this week? I was waiting for Caleb. I was showing them in the chat before we started. Just a little bit of a couple things they may be afraid of on the hunt. Because
Yeah.
it's like, you spend your big money on these key issues. I try to spend that big money if I don't have to. I get the keys anyway. So
I.
I found this $5 yesterday at an antique shop. New stand. So there you go. Yeah, there's your new stand of the night. So I found this for $5. First Brother Blood for $5. Another new stand. You know how I like those. Near Mint Animal Man. I think I paid $3 for this. So now I got me a gradable copy. So I'm probably going to send that one off to CGC. Been looking for this one for a while. Got Firestorm #1, the Nuclear Man from that second run of Firestorm. Another newsstand for $3.
Dude, man.
I got I think technically the first cover appearance of Venom and his dumb little head there with Hydro Man on the outside. Another $4 copy comic here. So I was happy to get this because I'm trying to get all these McFarlanes collected because they're not easy to come by. In my opinion, my find of the day yesterday. I found this at a Books A Million. I've been looking for this for 25 years.
How much did you pay for that one?
$3.
Boost to gold. Heck yeah.
#1, $3. And this thing, there's a few color breaking ticks right across. I mean, they're very minuscule. Other than that, this thing is a beaut. I'm probably going to get this graded regardless. So I almost just squealed like a little girl. Kind of like that time I found my Sandman #1 for $1.
Oh yeah,
Dude, that's
Favorite
crazy,
find of
bro.
2019.
I'd have been like walking out to the car shaking, like, did
Yeah.
this just happen?
no, I definitely
I
put,
gotta
like-
get out of here.
I
That's
did
it, yeah,
care
man.
about in the middle, so I didn't smudge this one. But $3. I
huge
love
score.
me some
Epic score.
I thought I got a good deal when I got mine for 19. You know?
my biggest purchase of yesterday was I got Howard the Duck for $10.
Ooh,
Nice.
So happy to have just the Frank Bruner art's the main reason I wanted this, but I've always just loved that cover.
Dude, that's one of my favorite movies ever.
Yeah,
I don't care.
the
Dude, this new book.
because I still have here's the rest of the stuff I got yesterday. I got a Green Lantern, very fine copy for issue 57. This is my second most expensive book, $8. But I'm trying to collect all these Silver Lanterns, so why not? I got a $5 copy of Daredevil 71. That's pretty nice, except for a little bit
Heck.
of a tick on the outside there, but very nice. I got a first appearance of Magic for $2. Another newsstand. So figured why not for $2. Got a bunch of Whitman Fantastic Fours for $2 a piece. I got I forgot about that Avengers 154, another newsstand. So
Dude, Ed.
I got a bunch of Brian Boland Wonder Womans for $2.
Oh, I love
Actually, I think this
Oh, gotta
might
love
be
some
the
Wonder
first
Woman.
Boland one, if I remember right, or the second one. I think this might be the first one. So trying to get these Boland Wonder Womans collected too. So $2 a piece for all of these Wonder Womans at Books A Million. So
Ooh, I need to start collecting those Boland Wonder Woman.
Oh,
got
Ooh,
the
the Joker
Universe variant on this one.
nice.
So actually, this might be my second DC Universe logo variant for that one. I know I
Y'all
had
ever
that.
heard of this guy? Master of Mystery, the Spirit.
Spirit. Is that like Will Eisner's The Spirit?
It's from Super Comics,
I have not heard of that one.
Silver Age Super Comics.
Then I got
I
the,
thought it had a cool cover, looked nice.
the B cover on Wonder Woman 100, which I did not know Brian Boland did this cover. I know they have like the hologram one. I couldn't remember what this one was, but I didn't know that was that. Figured this was like my one I just sandwiched on top of the Booster Gold, but I found a Marvel Age for $1 with that Secret Wars cover. Deathstroke #1 for $1. The recalled Matrix comic for $2.
Oh, wow.
So
Nice.
a copy of that too if anyone needs it. First appearance of Excess for $2. Titans Graduation Day, which I needed for Run Filler for $2. Ghost #1 for $3.
Oh, wow.
Phantom Stranger #4 for $5.
Hey, I picked up some Phantom Strangers today.
Oh, nice! I love me some Phantom Stranger, man. I might have to give you.
I got some Atlas today too.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Everybody's been hyping this Atlas stuff.
Got some magazines. Got a Frank Frazetta cover there.
Oh,
$4.
Nice for
earring.
that
I finally got my Nightmare on Elm Street #1 Marvel magazine for $4.
epic.
And then some more treasuries for like I think $4 and $5.
yeah.
And then the last thing, finally, besides my current pulls, which I guess we can talk about those, I got 25 issues of Silver Surfer from this run, 1 through 25 for $45 for 25 of them. So there you go. That was my
Nice.
haul from yesterday.
I got this Marvel Tales #1.
Nice.
Big old thick 72 pager.
That was a great haul, Seawood. Damn. Hey, do you have that Brian Boland with when Wonder Woman, her face is like jokered out? She has like the Joker smile on.
Yeah, I think I got that one.
Dude, who sold that recently? That was at an auction recently on YouTube.
Yeah, it was.
Was it?
And it went for super cheap, man. I was
I think it's
upset.
the issue after this one. I think it's either 95 or 97. It's right around this one.
Yeah, it is. I love Boland's Joker, man.
But yeah, I was kind of excited for this one because I think this is the first Boland. And then there's that
Oh,
other
really?
one where she's like standing like a statue. That's the one I need the most that I think actually sells for a couple bucks.
And I've
Y'all
never
ever heard
owned
of
any
this
of them. Like,
Fear
does he
comic by Marvel?
only do the cover on those?
Yeah, he only
He's not an interior artist, is he?
unfortunately. It'd be nice if he did. But yeah, actually the insides are good too because a lot of them are Mike Deodato Jr., which he's amazing
Oh,
too.
Yeah, he
So,
is.
Got
Yes.
definitely. I got a few of those signed by Deodato, so I still recommend them for the interior.
Deodato, yeah.
What was y'all's favorite read this week?
Oh man, it was a good week for reads, man.
Doomsday Clock for me, y'all.
I only read
Kind of
Immortal
agree.
Hulk. Haven't read anything else. Haven't been able to read anything else. So it's Immortal Hulk. It's the only thing I've read.
All I know is
Actually-
it's not this.
Yeah.
Not this. Sucks.
Not that.
I'll talk
No.
about that tomorrow on Comic Core when I have Drew with me.
Dude, I'm
far as
really
the
enjoying
team
Cullen
is-
Bunn, dude, on this Punk Mambo, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
This book is so awesome, dude. And then, of course, Don Aguilio, Inkwell Runs Dry on Instagram, his solo book, Rise. This is issue 3, following Queen Zach on her ascension to become queen. And then this new book that came out, She Said Destroy. It's like a homage to a saga book.
Yeah.
And it's basically like the Greek gods, you know how like if they don't have worshipers, they lose their powers or whatever. So like the universe is made up of these gods, and most of them have already lost their followers and faded to nothing pretty much. But there's 2 of them and they're sisters, and like it shows that they're at odds against each other. So it's definitely got some potential to be a really great book.
Cool. I will
And
say,
then, of course, I picked up the Little
cover
Bird.
grab of the week. This may be my cover of the week, X2312. It's awesome. And this is a great cover too. It's by
That's
actually
the last issue, right?
I think it is.
I saw Jeffrey's haul earlier. I think Jeffrey's got cover of the week.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
going with Little Bird for my cover of the week.
Sick.
Virgin variant.
that's pretty nice.
Flex that thing, Jeff.
What was it, Jeff?
The Spawn of
Oh,
297.
dang.
That's that I don't do very many cover buys, but that was one of them.
And I don't really
don't know,
do Spawn,
man.
but you cannot deny that cover, man.
I mean, not just because I love this run, but I think you can just collect the Immortal Hulk runs just on every single Alex Ross cover that he's done. on this.
Absolutely.
And even this one right
Or
here.
the Battle Line one too.
Yeah, but that's,
And like those, the artwork on those is pretty good, but I'm saying compare it to this, bro.
oh.
There's
To
nothing
what?
like just clean white, man.
Are you being for
No,
real?
they were out of all the other covers of this new horror comics, so I had to pick up the blank.
I guess that's better than nothing, right?
Heck yeah, dude! It was a
For
great
sure.
read too.
That's what I heard.
I am
You guys
excited
wanna-
for more of those.
If you guys want to see what I picked up, you're gonna have to tune in next week on the
Dude,
hunt.
nobody cares
Man,
about whatever
it
the
retained
Lion
the
Chris
hunt. Champ,
Jericho,
drink it in.
this
man.
Y290 guy.
You know
dude.
it, baby. It sounds good as it rolls off the tongue. Why?
My computer
290.
still works, bro. All right, my computer still works. Your virus did not take over.
All right,
Well,
so
I want my belt
explain.
back, or I'm telling my mom.
I'm gonna start. I started specking on something. I think it's been mentioned and talked about, but I'm gonna just mention it and talk about it again. And that is this Carnage Born.
Oh
That
yeah,
one
dude!
shot
Hell
that Donny
yeah!
Cates did. He's on interviews, has gone and said, "Oh, we got."
What's going on?
That's my text messages, guys. My bad. I gotta turn that
Oh,
off.
I thought that was the Macho Head.
Yeah, how awesome was that though? He made it on. All right, but no. So Carnage Born, one shot, Donny Cates. He's been on interviews to say this is going to be very, very important to the whole, Absolute Carnage event that's about to be happening. And if
I think
you
it's all going to tie into Cosmic too, bro. What do you think?
okay, I don't know, but this is what I'm going to go ahead and say. This right here is probably going to be the first appearance of what's going to be known as Dark Carnage. And what that is Carnage, with a piece of Knoll, and that the cult of Carnage pretty much put together, and they have created this Dark Carnage. And you've already seen like images of Carnage with that crazy spiral like on his face. So that's pretty much what I think that Dark Carnage is going to be. So I think when things start popping in that series, people are really going to be starting looking for this. And this book outside of that has a ton of great variants. There's this it's limited to 3,000. This Perillo variant, I would tell you go check that one out. And then there's a Scon variant that it's like an homage to 361. And there's a Virgin variant and a regular one. The Virgin variant has Venom on it, and the regular one has Spider-Man, and they're beautiful covers. But I mean, pretty much in this book, it reveals that. So, or the creation of Dark Carnage. So I think this is just a little spec. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I'm going out there. I'm going on a limb. Think about what happened with Cosmic Ghost Rider and anything that Donny Cates touches. So go out there and look for it. Cosmic
What a
Carnage would
crying
be cool.
shame, dude. What
Yeah.
a crying shame.
Ooh,
Ooh,
that is.
Dang, man.
those rats in that cheese factory, man. they
Come
got-
on, dude. I got to lay off the cheese, bro.
Oh, here's that. I think Kenny, you were talking about this cover earlier. This the
Oh,
one.
That's the one. Heck yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, check it out.
I need to get that. Oh my
There's
God.
another one, too, that's like a side angle of Harlequin or something smiling like that.
God, dog it.
Like the original Harlequin, not the.
That's where I got a lot of these. Buck 50.
Buck
Fine.
50, dude. You
I
can't
love
beat that.
Ryan Boland. That's one of my collecting goals is just to get his runs of stuff for like $1, $2 or less.
I got a little comic haul, if I may.
Yeah, go
Um,
ahead.
Yeah.
Do it. Do it.
I went
do
nuts
it.
on a guy was posting books on Instagram. You guys ever do that? Just go through a dude's all his listings on Instagram.
Heck
just be like,
yeah, bro.
claim.
Yes, sir.
So that's what this is. So we got She-Hulk 52, Adam Hughes.
That's a good.
Yeah, didn't have that one in the collection. I love me some Radioactive, man. I always pick up my
Oh
Radioactive.
man, yes, I love it. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't have any, but I've actually been like looking for some of those. I thought it'd be
Dude,
really cool to start
there's-
collecting.
I'm not like huge on humor in comics because sometimes most comic book writers aren't funny. But dude, Radioactive Man is a legit funny comic, dude. I love
Yeah,
it.
you know, part of the reason I've been looking for them is I just remember that one episode of The Simpsons. It's like burned into my mind of where him and Milhouse go in on the comic book and they end up tearing it, and it's just like I just remember that so much.
Yeah.
I want to like start collecting those comic books just for that. whole reason.
Oh yeah. This one actually, Chad put me onto this one. Oh, you or Chad put me onto
Oh.
this,
Yeah,
right? That A-bomb.
I just
Nice.
I was just organizing up some, and I just took it
That's
out.
just a
Yeah.
sick cover, man. That covers.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, I've been trying to dig those out of bins when I see them too. Those Red Hulks. People love those things.
Yeah.
So are
And,
you guys believing? Are you guys believing the hype that they're doing Fantastic Four next year?
movie?
Well, not next year,
Yeah.
obviously.
I don't know, next year. I doubt
I think
it.
it's too soon.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Too soon. Yeah, it's coming for sure. But
Dude, Swamp Thing's coming in like 2 days.
oh, it looks so
Tomorrow.
good. The trailer.
Tomorrow.
Bob World, what's up, Bob? Good to see you, man.
Yeah, we should go over the chat. Actually, Jeffrey, you want to take the
Yeah, do
chat
your thing,
one?
Jeff.
You're awesome at it. I'll let you do this next one.
Show them how it's done, Jeff.
Oh, dang, pressure. Oh,
Pressure is real.
let me see here. Okay. Yeah. So, Rag718, what's going on, man? Thank you for joining us this evening. We got the Comic Collector. Good to see you tonight, my friend. Hope you guys are all doing well. Oh, Comics Misexplained. What's up? I don't know. I shouted you out a little while ago, but just to make sure, hope you're having a good evening tonight. Bob World, my buddy. Good to see you as always. Hope everyone is doing well.
All right, back to Kenny. What you got?
Did you dip out, Kenny?
And he was like,
He
I'm
got-
I'm back, baby. So I got that was a little Dan Slott Galactus Silver
Oh, I
Surfer.
love that run, man. Have you
Cover.
read like the whole
I've read
run?
some of it.
I
didn't
highly
get-
recommend it. It's really good. I think it's I'm looking on my wall. I think issue 11. I can't remember if it's that one or the second half of the run, but it's like the Mobius crazy issue where it like goes in like an infinity loop, and it's really good. It's one of my favorite comics of all time.
Maybe I need to revisit it.
I agree.
That is my boy. This one I just love Byrne. John Byrne's my guy. So
Yeah, of course.
fun Marvel Age cover. This one is just a cover by, Marvel Swamp Thing, Man Thing.
Heck yeah, dude, you got to.
Cool.
Man thing.
Little Lobo.
Dude,
number
I got
one,
it. That's nice.
made in the stack. One of the great covers. Speaking of great covers, I posted this one on Instagram earlier today and said definitively my favorite Bill Sienkiewicz cover that I own out there. Period. This question number one. God,
Nice.
Nice.
I've been starting to think about collecting the question too, because I keep
Yeah.
buying them cheap. Except for that issue right there, I have not seen that one, obviously, because
right? I'm like, I don't know if this is just a variant or a cover, but dang,
yeah, that's nice.
it's really nice. Speaking of Will Eisner, the Spirit, earlier got a little Spirit action right there.
Nice.
My boy Darwin Cook, R.I.P. A nice little crispy clean. This thing is like so mint. Justice League Darwin Cook variant. Gotta love that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I just happened to get a few $1,000 Grail.
Oh my
Uh,
gosh, dude.
I randomly picked up. No big deal.
Toys R Us exclusive.
Yep, Toys R Us, there
Yeah.
it is.
It doesn't matter. It's still cool.
Heck
I
yeah.
want it.
Yeah. This book is. Let me just show you a couple pages inside.
What's up, Kachoom?
What up,
Ka-choom!
Ka-choom?
This Iron Man by Design comic, right? It's like
It's cool.
it's like canvas. The cover is like canvas,
Oh, really?
and I guess they did a run of like a bunch of different variants, and it's like cowboy Iron Man suit, Art Nueve Iron Man suit. Oh, look at this one. Atlantean Iron Man suit. And like the whole book is just filled with all these different styled Iron Man suits, and I'm like, God, dog, that is awesome.
Oh yeah, that's a good cover right there, dude. You got the Red Skull holding the cosmic cube.
Yeah. Walk Through Hell #1. I've just been meaning to read it. My boy Garth Ennis on Aftershock.
I've got an extra of the second print, the harder to find cover. That's like just a black cover with shattered glass. If you want it, I'll send it in your next package. Dude, that book is insanely good. Huh?
What's up, JoJo?
Yeah, that book. That book.
No doubt. Yeah, I'll read it. I'll let you know if I like it. I kind of like it. I like this like crime.
Dude,
It's like an active crime scene cover. I was like, that's cool. That was that was basically it. Other than that, I'll just show you what Mr. Miracle sent me yesterday in my AOK, little old school detective. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Those Astonish 100.
That's
That's awesome.
awesome. Crazy. Some 15-cent Batman.
Batman.
12-cent Batman.
Oh, that issue's hilarious at Operation Blind. He just fights a bunch of blind people. They have gone crazy.
Yes.
I highly recommend cracking that issue open and actually flipping through it. It's hilarious.
Oh, I got that to look
It's
forward to.
insane.
And my favorite one of the bunch, one of the Origin of Galactus issues.
Oh, where is it? Which one?
Sick.
Oh yeah, buddy.
The sharp looking.
Yeah, you got this one, right? I've seen you with it, Caleb.
I'm right there
Where's
with you,
that?
man. How good is that cover, bro?
Beautiful.
Huh?
I love it,
The one
dude.
before it is my favorite.
TJ Watson.
Now,
TJ
which one? All right,
Snapdragon
the one
Watson.
with the little
Right,
him.
TJ. It's the first Bernie writes in on Batman. You're right, TJ. TJ
Is
knows
it this
his Bernie.
one, Kenny?
No, is that 168?
This one is 162. You're looking for 168?
Has a big old Galactus on it. Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh, what? Huh?
Caleb's digging. He may have it. He probably does.
While Caleb's digging, I'll just say hi to the chat real quick. We still got Big E Shack. We got Comics Misexplained. We still got Chris Barrett in the chat. The Slab Dragon, TJ Watson, calling out that writes and cover on that detective. And live from the Woman Cave in Vegas, we got Pop.Comics. Oh, and Flaming Sheila's in the chat saying hi and good night. I always like saying hi to Flaming Sheila out there.
I don't have it sitting here.
Nope. Try again.
And we got OMG Chris. What's going
What's
on?
up? Good to see you, Chris.
OMG.
Dude, I'm telling you, I would be the king of the hunt, y'all.
Yeah. Well,
I gotta
get
get on
on
there.
so you can challenge the champ, and then we can see if that's true. But until then,
I gotta
The
get
hunt is
on there,
90.
man.
The hunt is on.
The hunt is 90.
the hunt is 90, baby.
I always want to see Caleb with that Comics in the Bank briefcase or slab or whatever in the world that was, or lunchbox.
Well, I just put that together. It was like my laptop.
Listen, when mine comes in the mail, I'll do it.
It comes in the mail.
I've got one out getting graded as we speak. And I'll put it in a briefcase with a handcuff and everything.
This guy.
For real. I'll hire like 6 big 6 foot tall dudes to just stand around me in a circle while we video.
Oh, that's not very big.
Hey, I heard good. I'm glad I got Seawood and you guys in the chat because I heard there was like wasn't there some Money in the Bank controversy from the last pay-per-view? I heard people saying, "Oh, that was bullshit." But what happened? I still don't know.
Oh, Brock Lesnar got fucking thrown into the
Chad
net.
won and he shouldn't have.
Yeah, what happened?
What do you mean?
What happened in Money in the Bank was that like Sami Zayn was supposed to be in this match, but then someone hung him
Braun Strowman was
backstage.
originally supposed to be.
So it was a 7-man Money in the Bank match. So the match goes down. I think it was Mustafa Ali. He's climbing the ladder. He's already up there. He's reaching for the briefcase like this. And then I don't have his music queued up, otherwise I'd hit it. You hear Brock Lesnar's music hit, and then he jukes down with Paul Heyman in the ringside. And meanwhile, Ali's just sitting on the ladder. He's like, oh my God, what do I do? It's Brock Lesnar. And everyone, like even the commentators like, grab the briefcase, you moron. Get the briefcase. And then Lesnar comes, like pushes him off, gets the briefcase, and now Brock Lesnar is Money in the Bank, even though he wasn't even booked in the match.
And,
What
and
the
no one,
heck, dude?
and no
That's
one
kinda
wanted
how
to
Chad
have
won.
6 other guys sitting around with their thing in their hand.
So
Yeah.
it was just a poorly booked, like, I mean, it was an entertaining enough match. Like the guys who were actually in the match, like they were busting their asses and, you know, taking these bumps and everything. Even Orton took a few bumps for the cause, and just see Brock come down, grab the briefcase, not even break a sweat. It's kind of frustrating. It just kind of personifies everything wrong with WWE right now.
and why all the fans are frustrated with WWE.
Dude,
Yeah,
when
but here's the thing.
WWF and WCW turned into different things, that's when wrestling went to crap.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you this right now. I think AEW is onto something, and if you guys have not seen that AEW pay-per-view match, if you're into wrestling, or that whole pay-per-view from beginning to end, you will be quite entertained as a wrestling fan. And I think they are doing something to change the industry for the better and allowing professional wrestlers, for instance, be professionals and work on their characters and cut their own promos and not feed them lines and do all the things that we want to see from those days, Caleb, instead of what we've been what we're
Exactly.
being fed now. But the thing is, you have to remember, when you only have the WWE will always be there because it's the giant horse, so to speak. But
Well, it's
now
what used to be the WWF, right?
Oh,
yeah, but now we'll have, there'll be a different, outlet, so to speak, that you can get a different type of wrestling from. And I think it'll be more entertaining. And I don't think it's going to, for instance, take out the WWE, but I do think it's going to appeal to a certain audience, such as ourselves, being older fans, because I think probably WWE is just thinking that younger basis, where us older wrestling fans want to see better storylines, better matches, and better storylines, really, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think the main problem is the WWE right now, their main focus is driving, network subscriptions and trying to like appeal to the general public, kind of like, the NFL, NBA, what have you. They want to be on par with those guys instead of making a good wrestling brand. Like they're more focused on just entertainment than wrestling. I think that's, they try to introduce like the 205 Lives, the NXT UK to satiate the wrestling fans out there. But the thing is, they're promoting people out of these brands and they're burying them. So like your favorites, like, Finn Balor, Shinsuke Nakamura, Bobby Roode, so on and so forth. You're kind of getting, those guys are getting a short end of the stick. So you're wanting to see these guys wrestle, but they're just paying them to do nothing. And I think that's kind of the biggest problem. They have the biggest roster they've ever had, and they're squandering it. So they're upsetting a lot of the talent. They're upsetting a lot of the fans. They're putting on a lackluster program. They have this like wild card rule now on Raw and SmackDown. So they can feature Roman Reigns and a couple others anytime they feel like now, and continue to bury some of the other talent and not feature them on TV. So I really don't understand. So at least with AEW coming along, we get that alternative. As long as they continue to focus on just putting on a good wrestling program, and instead of dwelling on what WWE and past as long as they don't try to like brand their show based on former WWE superstars like TNA did, I think they'll be fine. And as long as they stick with TNT and TNT backs them, they're going to be a strong number 2 promotion, I hope.
And I think they're not going to, fall into that trap, so to speak. It looks like, they're trying to break the mold. And I think that's what the forefront of what they're trying to do is. If you, listen to any interview, with Cody, Jericho, and now even with John Moxley.
Yeah.
He's saying, and if anyone that's a big wrestling fan, I highly recommend that last Talk with Jericho, where he has John Moxley on. Incredible interview. And he talks about
the Jericho guy you're talking about. Who's that?
No, but outside of him being a phenomenal wrestler, he's in a band. He does a podcast. Sounds like me. I'm a
Talk about
phenomenal
AJ Styles?
hunter. I'm in a band. I do a comic book podcast. Me and Jericho are just a lot alike. You know what I'm saying? But anyway,
Yeah, crybaby.
so, but no, that last interview with John Moxley is really, really good, and he kind of gives you an insight on what happened to him. He was formerly known as Dean Ambrose, and kind of like what his fallout was with the WWE, and he's not the only one to experience that as of late, because it's pretty much been a reoccurring thing. So it's a great interview. I'll tell you, go check it out.
I'm gonna say I'd like to see AEW do well. I'd like to see them coexist. I know they're off to a hot start, but it's really hard for anything to keep it up. I mean, I wish them the best. I want to watch it. I want to see it. I just know that it is a lot of work to stay consistent and keep it going. So it's just probably take a little bit of time to see how it works out. But I would definitely like it to eventually become, it'd be cool to have. I mean, it'll never probably be on the scale of WWE. That's $1 billion corporation and it's super hard to compete with. But if they could do something, get up there with, even where TNA was at its highest point, it would be cool.
Yeah, I
think Misexplained hit it on the head with Misexplained said WWE needs competition. Really, any industry needs competition. Like if it's monopoly, you're gonna get stagnant. You need competition to keep you on your toes. And some of my favorite WWF era was that Attitude Vince versus Stone Cold era, because NWO and WCW Nitro had their ass on their heels, man.
But that's the thing, is that there's been competition and Vince ends up buying them out.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I think the big difference between now and then, I think back then, I can't speak for the company because I don't work for them or anything like that, but I think there was a different creative team, and there was guys that were probably around Vince McMahon that would tell him no. And I think that's the problem right now, because the issue right now, and if you look at WWE's product, as Carson mentioned earlier, they have NXT, they had 205 Live, and they have, the UK. And I'll say this, NXT is one of the best things out there. They have great storylines, great wrestlers, and a lot of these wrestlers have come out and they've been buried. And if you look at who runs NXT and who forefronts it, it's actually Triple H. And I believe when Vince McMahon starts to realize that he doesn't have it anymore and he can't have full control over everything and let go some control,
that's not going to happen until they.
I know it's not going to happen, but I guarantee you, the moment he lets Triple H take over the main roster, they would be a 10 times better product. And for instance, and you got that little stab when they got inducted to the Hall of Fame, and Billy Gunn and Triple H kind of, you know what I'm talking about, Carson?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah,
and then making fun of the fan chants and everything.
You know what I'm saying? And we all know Triple H has that competitive nature in him. So he's not gonna want to just sit back and watch these guys go. So I'm sure he's gonna be in Vince's ear, like, yo, let me have more control. Let me do my thing.
What was that Hall of Fame thing? Can you explain what that was?
They came out and they were celebrating their Hall of Fame, induction.
Yeah, DX got inducted into the Hall of Fame, like all of DX.
Yeah, including
Triple
China.
H, the New Age Outlaws, X-Pac, China.
As a group.
Everyone who was, and Shawn Michaels again.
Dude,
so everyone who was
DJ
living was out there at the
was
same
awesome.
time with live mics.
And Billy Gunn, he actually now works for AEW, and he came out he went to go, he said something, to the, along, I forgot what he said, but then Triple H came out and just said, oh yeah, well, we can just go buy out your puny little company and fire you anyway. That's exactly what he said to Billy Gunn, and that's the mentality WWE has, as Jeff was saying. But I just think the problem right now is Vince just not, he's got too much control, and it's
what do you think the chances are
playing with his
Vince actually owns part of AEW right now?
What, Vince? Definitely not. I
Don't
guarantee.
think so.
No, Cody Rhodes left WWE and has the big Cody Rhodes wants to be as far away from WWE as possible. Chris Jericho and John Moxley, you go listen to these guys. If Vince owned this company, they wouldn't be working for them because they truly they felt like they weren't getting anywhere as wrestlers in their profession. Someone's feeding me lines. John Moxley says, he goes, why do I have a guy feeding me lines to do a promo when I've been wrestling for 18 years? I can cut a promo. I don't need you to feed me lines. And Vince is no, but this is funny.
This is what you should say.
Exactly.
It's the whole. Did you ever listen to the CM Punk interview before him and Colt Cabana had that big falling out?
Yeah.
And it was the same stuff. Like Punk said the exact same stuff in his interview, where he would just have writers, and Punk didn't give two craps. Like they would give him his script, and he would just be like, "Oh, see, I don't care. Give me
He
some
would literally
bullet
throw it
points
away. Yeah,
on what we're gonna do, and I'll give you a better promo than what you just gave me." And then they eventually had their falling out, and now he's gone out of the WWE, of course. So but
Now-
it's just funny because I mean, he since that whole situation happened, I mean, the wounds have just been exposed since then.
Hey, so how about a little spec on this? AEW brings in Punk, and that'll be the end of WWE. What
That
happens when
was
they do?
you guys had that chat the other night on your channel, and I
Yeah.
was just like, I'd either save, I would try to give Punk some money, get him there, and either bring him in for your next pay per view, which is coincidentally in Chicago, or it's outside of Chicago, Illinois. It's at the Sears Center. So no matter what, you get a gigantic ovation. It's just too bad they couldn't get the Rosemont Horizon for that. I wish they would get that building instead of the Sears Center because it's much smaller, or save them for your TNT debut. One or the other. Either way, like that would be huge.
Yeah, and I think that would be a big play on AEW's part for sure. So, but
I will
just
say this: Jeffrey mentioned comparing TNA and AEW. I think AEW might already be bigger than TNA has ever been, just based on the fact that, like, because I used to live up near Chicago and went and saw the Bound for Glory show TNA had, and tickets were consistently available at the same arena. When they had All In at the Sears Center, it sold out in 30 minutes.
Yeah, I can see that. It's just it's easy with TNA. They had a decent run on television. So
Yeah,
I mean,
and I think they had
until
a
AEW
phenomenal
kinda-
roster too in the 2000s. Like
Yeah,
that
until
2006 to
AEW
2008 run, TNA was one of my favorite wrestling organizations.
Yeah, no, when they had Kurt Angle and
Yes.
Bubba
Christian.
Ray was like Bully Ray and all that stuff. That was a pretty good run.
Now,
they
when
had
the
there.
X Division was flying or going on all cylinders, and they actually brought in Angle and Christian Cage, and then even Abyss was in his prime. Then when they brought in those main eventers to really beefing that up part of it up, and they had that solid mid card, TNA was night and day, like leaps and bounds better than the WWE product back then.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, just until we see AEW consistently on television doing
Bro,
things.
I'm
They've
not
only had
worried,
two shows.
man. I'm not worried. You know why? Because I've seen Kenny Omega matches, I've seen Young Buck matches, and I think they have the right guys in place.
Yeah, and I will say this: like your TNAs and stuff, I loved TNA in the 2000s, but I think the main difference now for AEW, it's ran by wrestling minds.
Yeah.
Whereas like you always had like the Panda Energy and your Dixie Carters with TNA, and even back in WCW days, it wasn't ran by wrestling people, it was ran by
Bischoff.
Turner executives and Bischoff. Bischoff was the best thing they had. AEW, they've already got Cody, the Bucks, Kenny, and I think even Adam Page has a little bit of say on what happens, because who is it? Conrad Thompson basically is giving them a lot of funding and letting them do whatever they want with the money.
Yeah, and then also
Probably New Japan, I think, is giving them a cut.
yeah, well, what you call it? I can't. What, Tony Khan, is that his name?
Yeah. Comic
Okay.
Con.
Yeah, I think that sounds right.
Yeah, for Comic Con.
Yeah, but he's the son of the owner of the Jaguars. And
Okay.
whatnot. And he's the one, I think, that this was like pretty much his idea, and he's the one that I was watching an interview with him, and he was saying like, he had this idea to like kind of like, I guess for wrestling, and he pitched it at his dad, and his dad was like, but then I guess when he
But didn't CM Punk just come
Here's-
back and do an indie job?
Yeah, he did
As a
like
Black
a
Ninja or
little.
something?
Yeah, he was in a mask. He came out and someone got a GTS. They didn't say, "Oh my God, it's CM Punk." It's like, here's some random dude.
But
doing
they
the
saw,
GTS.
but he took a picture with like a fan in the crowd earlier that
Oh,
day,
yeah.
wearing the same exact suit that he wrestled in. So,
Yeah, and Chris Barrett does kind of bring up a good point in the chat. He said Punk won't do. He's taking too much damage. I mean, he probably is like about what? If he's not 40, he's pretty dang close. But I mean, he's still in pretty good shape. And
And
if you
MMA
bring him in, he's
fighter.
pretty much going to be like your Brock Lesnar. He's
I
not,
was
he's
saying,
probably
look,
not going
Brock's
to be
like
full
50,
time.
ain't he?
Yeah, I mean, he's mixing it up in MMA and training that shit. I mean, he's not taking it easy,
Right.
but
He definitely hasn't gotten out of shape.
no, I think he's probably in shape, and I guess it just
Yeah.
comes down. I don't think he'd be like a full-time guy. I think like you compared turn into a Brock Lesnar's
Yeah.
probably right.
I think he's your part-time attraction. They don't have to
He
bring him in
might-
every week for TNT, but he can be there, doing those pay-per-views. Just maybe have him do those couple once a month shows or whatever, and actually have him wrestle one or two of them.
I think maybe the idea of spiting McMahon might just be enough incentive for him to at least
I think so.
test the waters in there. Maybe.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Just to come back and do something and it not be on WWE like terms, it would be. I think he would like that.
So while we're talking about, let's put up some hypothetical questions here. While I'm thinking about like what I guess we'll just say 3 guys. What 3 guys would you like to see defect from WWE? They're frustrated, they're mad, they can't take their spot anymore. What 3 guys do you want to see defect and go to AEW on the roster? Chad, I'll start with you.
Kevin Steen.
You gotta take his buddy with him too.
Right? Both of them, right? And then we get the tag team back together, maybe.
Yeah, could you imagine if El Generico came out of retirement?
Oh my God, bro, that would blow my mind. That would blow my mind. I mean, and I said Kevin Steen for that reason, though. Like I love Kevin Owens because he's my favorite, probably on that, current roster. And I love him so much because whatever they put him in, that guy makes it work every single time. I don't know how he's been in some crazy and weird storylines, especially since him and Jericho, the falling out with, the Festival of Friendship and stuff like that. But I would definitely say KO. The other one I would probably put out there. Man, you caught me off guard by going to me first. But I guess I guess we'll just say Sami Zayn. That's a combo. They have to come together. I think.
I think so too.
So, and then my third one would have to be. Oh man, you know what? And just because I wouldn't want him to be ruined, Dream.
You say Dream? You say you cut out there.
Bro, Dream's got everything right now. I think be on superstar status, and I would love for see him to get called up, but I don't want to see him get called up because then he'd get completely buried. I don't even know why he still hasn't even had the NXT title, because I think every single pay-per-view match that guy's in, or every match he's in, he makes it happen. So I'm gonna go Dream. Those are the 3 I want to see come out.
What about you, Kenny?
Let's see. And I'm definitely more knowledgeable on the older stuff, so I'm not too up to speed.
No
but
worries.
I dabble enough to, I know generally what's going on. So I would say I dig that dude, Braun Strowman. I'd say get Braun Strowman in there. That's my guy.
Nice.
I'd say, what's his name? Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah, it's a good pick.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get him in the mix. And then Shane McMahon. What? No. Blow everyone's mind. Coast to coast.
It's like the contract says McMahon, but it says Shane McMahon. Like, oh, not again. No.
No. And are they doing? Were there any women wrestling matches on AEW?
Oh yeah, they had some great ones too.
Yeah,
So,
they brought
like-
back Awesome Kong.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know who's my third pick? Is that freaking, I don't know her name, dude, but she drops the best elbow I've seen since Randy Savage.
Bro,
And
you
she
haven't
comes
seen
out with a
Kyrie.
goddamn
elbow, man. You haven't seen Velveteen Dream's elbow, bro.
Oh, Kyrie saying that insane elbow is pretty good.
Yeah.
dude. I love that elbow drop. Whose elbow you saying, Chad?
Kyrie
Velveteen Dream,
Sane,
bro. Oh,
one of my favorites.
I'm saying Velveteen. You got to go see his elbow drop.
I'll check him
good
out.
too.
But man, I love that chick's elbow drop.
Bro, you're going to love Velveteen Dream, bro, because you're going to see right off the bat, like, one of his biggest influences, Macho Man, for sure.
Mhm.
Like,
Nice.
Now that guy, he just stole every cool thing from classic wrestling and like somehow wrapped it in this like candy coated shell that is Velveteen Dream. It's crazy.
Exactly what his name is. It's exactly the Velveteen.
He has like a lot of like ravishing Rick Rude influence. I see more Rick Rude in him than any other classic wrestler, but like he did like I think on the last takeover, he did a full Hogan special big boot, leg drop, and all. Like he velveteened up. I mean, it was incredible.
And then his pants for every single,
Yeah, you love him, man.
every single pay-per-view. He's got awesome pants.
What about you, Jeffrey?
So Gray Matter Hulk hit half of what I was going to say right on the head. I was going to say Sheamus and Cesaro as a tag team, and if Sheamus isn't wrestling anymore, then still thinks it would be good. So a guy like Cesaro, Rusev would be another good one, and then I was thinking even Dolph Ziggler, and I think Dolph Ziggler would do good in a company like that. He could go be himself. He gets too many of these lame gimmicks, I think, at WWE, these shticks. Like, if he goes and is just like regular good old Dolph, I think he'd be a good fit for AEW.
But who's the biggest, like, in, you know, you go back to like Attitude Era, I mean, you clearly had Stone Cold, The Rock, I don't know, Mankind. Right?
I think a guy like Drew McIntyre would be real good over there too. But
right now, it's, you know, I can think of, you know, what's his name?
Bro, you forgot to mention Chris Jericho then, Chris Jericho now. That's the crazy part, bro.
Who's like the biggest stars of WWE right now?
Probably Roman Reigns. I would say Roman Reigns, AJ Styles, and Seth Rollins. Yes, those would probably be your biggest three. I guess my picks to defect to AEW, definitely Nakamura. Like he was on my list. He gets no love at all.
Yeah,
like he hasn't been on TV.
Nah, he's awesome. When he first came to WWE, I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, sick.
I would probably have to say Finn because he'd be an instant main eventer for AEW. Like they put the belt on him so quick. And he'd be bringing back the Bullet Club.
Yeah.
And my third, there's so many people I could pick for my third. I guess honorary mention for me had to be Luke Harper. He's one of my boys. I would definitely love to see Luke Harper finally get some justice. He's a great in-ring performer that has never had a chance to shine ever in WWE, minus like maybe one Intercontinental run that lasted a week. He did a Hurricane Run on John Cena. He's like 7 foot tall. This guy's great, but I think my other pick would have to be Asuka. They put her in a tag team, and she keeps losing to Charlotte Flair. Like she would be like
one of the baddest.
Yeah, she'd be that person you put in their women's division, and you build the division around her if they could get her. So that would be awesome. But yeah, I mean, it is kind of hard. Most people like who would even watch wrestling in Attitude Era could identify the big stars of wrestling. Everyone knew, and if you could ask like some dude on the street like who Stone Cold Steve Austin was, and they could give you, I was like, oh, that's that guy who drinks beer and gives everybody stunners and has the belt. And it's like, oh, who's Roman Reigns today? And they're like, oh, the Samoan dude who punches everybody, I guess. Like
it's Seth Rollins. Like Seth Rollins does not strike me. Like I was surprised when you said Seth Rollins. Like that dude doesn't hit me.
Bro, he is good.
They're pushing Seth Rollins hard, and I don't mind it. I'm cool with Seth Rollins, but they're trying. I feel like they're trying to build Seth Rollins up to probably be like the next big guy, right? Like to carry WWE for the next 10 years.
I think he may as well. I mean, he has the work ethic among anything else. That's a lot. A lot of these part-time guys left. They're either too old or don't have the work ethic. At least Rollins has the ability in ring. He has. For the most part, he has the promo skills. I mean, he's not the world's greatest mic person. I thought he was better as a heel than a face, but at least he has that ability to get over as a face to the crowd, which that's a lot of the WWE's problem right now.
Roman Reigns
want to get faces that can get over. And I guess the other person we haven't talked about, period, is Daniel Bryan.
Yeah. He would be great.
Daniel Bryan is so poorly booked after WrestleMania. Like, we just forgot to even talk about him.
Yeah.
Like, he'd be a cool guy to even see in AEW.
Very true.
Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, exactly. Bring him back as Bryan Danielson. Let's see what. I mean, obviously he can go. He had a great He had like one of the best WrestleMania matches I've seen. Well, since the last time he won the belts at WrestleMania. So,
Caleb, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, back to Caleb. Caleb, what you got to talk about, man? I know you're bagging the board, and what you got, Caleb? I'll take the hat
guys,
off now.
You know what? That's as you pass it to Caleb. that's my cue. It's getting a little late. I got to work in the morning and stuff, but
All right.
I'm gonna jump.
Yeah, honestly, I was about to get off of here too and crash.
Okay, well, we'll sign off then. It's been about an hour, so we'll go over last thoughts
Okay.
and last plugs. So, Caleb, we'll start with you, bud. What you got to plug? What you got going on this weekend?
Me, Kenny, and Chad need to collaborate on a day we can do Dollar Bin Dive-In on my channel. That needs to happen. I've still got my books from the second episode me and Chad were supposed to do, like the original ones I picked up, and I've got more too, but definitely. He's strapped up. I see him.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I got to find, some time in my busy championship schedule. We'll make it happen.
I love you, Chad. I freaking love you, dude. I needed that laugh.
Yeah, man. Once you're booked as champ, you got to go to all the territories.
Oh, man. In my busy championship schedule.
We'll make it happen next week, brother.
God, I hope you go to Disney World with those belts.
We'll have a
Heck
triple
yeah.
threat match. Caleb the Comic Smith Murphy versus Macho Head Y290 going down for the Dollar Bin Championship.
Heck yeah.
All right, what about you, Kenny? What you got? I know you're always doing live streams. What you got going on this weekend?
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
whoa. June 2nd, Tacoma
Oh, cool.
Comics is doing an auction, and I'm on it.
Nice.
That's what I forgot about.
Yeah,
Sorry,
you got a
Kenny.
pretty stacked auction lineup, so definitely sub up Tacoma Comics because we got a good auction weekend come up. I'll talk about the other one here in a minute.
Nice. What's happening with Comic Head? We had to reschedule the Graders Notes show tonight. You probably noticed that didn't go on. It's the plan is to have it come at you Sunday night. So Sunday night, Graders Notes will, we're still doing our thing with Sensational She-Hulk and Mega Power Hour Brother. That there's a chance that we might do it on Saturday instead of tomorrow on Friday. I'll keep everyone posted on the IGs or on the YouTubes. But those are the two things to keep an eye out for. Sometime over this next 3 days, you'll see Graders Notes and Mega Power Hour.
Awesome.
That's cool, man. What about you, Jeffrey?
45 minutes from now on Tony Sanders' channel, I will be hosting What's Your Grill with special guest Tony
Nice.
Sanders as he opens up a box he just received from CGC and goes over some grills that he got at C2E2. So that's what I got going on later this evening. So if you guys ain't got nothing to do, it'd be cool to see you there supporting Tony.
Nice. I can't wait to see those. What about you, Chad? I know, like you said, you got plenty of title defenses in your future. Where can we see you defend your titles next?
YouTube is 90, and don't you ever forget it. And you best believe you can find me every Monday night on That Geek Show on MCE, followed by Story Comic Core right back here. Unfortunately, we did not get to have Review and a Half Shell Turtle Talk Thursdays. We will be back next Thursday on 90MF Comics. Every Wednesday, we will be on 90MF Comics, talking books, talking spec. Make sure you check me out there. And next Friday, you want to be there as the Hunt champion defends his title and walks away still reigning champion. Why? 290 on the Hunt next week. If you want to see what I picked up, you're going to have to wait until then, guys. So drink it in, man. The Hunt is 90.
Just remember, he beat Austin and Rock in the same night for those belts.
For sure. And actually, you know what's while we're on that, actually, this is signed by Chris Jericho. I was an intern.
Nice.
I was an intern at a radio station, and he actually came in and did his interview in the radio station. And I got to meet my favorite wrestler of all time. It was incredible.
Did you just happen to be wearing a toy belt the day he showed
No,
up?
actually, the story behind this, the producer of the show, he had a whole bunch of these so he can get them signed and like do giveaways. And we weren't allowed to ask for any signatures or have any of that. But he knew I was a huge Chris Jericho fan, so he held one for me. And when we were walking out the station, he's like, "Yo, come to my car real quick." He's like, "Yo, I saved this one for you." I was like, "Oh, what, are you kidding me?" So yeah, man, super stoked. Chris Jericho.
That's
I'll
cool,
take it.
man.
Even if it is a toy belt.
Well, I guess my final plugs. We got Comic Core tomorrow, the A Show, the Red Brand. You never know what's going to happen on the Comic Core. I can't wait to mention we got a Doomsday Clock discussion, I'm sure, and then the finale of Heroes in Crisis. So we'll be covering that most likely. And I saw a little movie called Brightburn I'll probably have him talk about and all that good stuff. And then besides Tacoma Comics auction this Sunday, the final Great Legend live auction will be this Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern. So I want to make sure to plug his auction since he is not here with us tonight. But he will be hosting his final auction this Saturday. So definitely tune in for that. But here, let's cue up the music one more time. I definitely thank everybody for joining us for this impromptu, crazy show called Thursday Night Thunder here on the Comic Core.
Heck yeah, thank you for the invite, bro.
No problem. So thank you guys for showing up. Is completely spur of the moment thrown together. So big thanks for all you guys. Thanks to the chat. Gray Matter Hulk, Comic Head 84, Big E Shack, Chris Barrett. Who else did I see? The Uncanny Kyle Walker stopped by. I forgot to shout him out. And we had Who Dat Comics and Movies and relaxing. So big thanks for joining us, guys. You have a wonderful night. We'll see you tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern.